Yo, what is going on, guys? Acidic back, and in today's video we're going to be coming at you guys with the support slash medic build for the division. Now this is mainly going to be your support and medic role, as the name implies. You're not going to be really doing the DPS, but you will be enhancing your team's DPS and giving them overshields and health, which will really keep them up in the fights for the incursions and in dark zone PvP. So let's get right into this build. Now first, as you can see, the DPS isn't the highest, but it is withstandable to keep yourself up, especially with the buffs that are going to be happening. Now, you want to try to get some electronics to start off with. You want to get about 34,000 or at least 30,000 where I am. But mainly you just want to make sure you're going after the Tactician Authority gear, which the talent is really what comes into play here, and we'll go into that in depth more towards the end of the video. But you want to work on electronics to get your skill power really high. But we need to go over here to the ability so I can show you what to run here. Now what you want to run is you want to be using the vision pulse, or the just regular pulse, whatever you like to call it, with the tactical center, which is damage is increased when attacking a hostile that is identified by the pulse. And with such a high skill power, you're going to be increasing their chance and damage percentages, which really helps when taking out the higher mobs, especially the yellow elites, because that will give them more crit hit chances for flinching and just for higher DPS. Also, you want to be running the first aid with overdose, which the device will allow you to heal targets more efficiently. And mainly what that means is whenever you hit it with such a high skill power that you have with electronics, you can overshield them and give them an extra 43 to 45% of health. I don't know the exact percentage, but it will really affect how that works, and it'll just give you a lot more health, make you more of a tank. Now this one kind of varies depending on your type of style and how y'all feel, but the recovery link is good for some certain circumstances, but when you're doing the challenging mode Incursion, it doesn't work that well because you kind of get insta-killed a lot if you do die. So that, I would save that one for me, dark zone and stuff, if you're PvPing and all that. So mainly just run this good old meta of the survivor link, which is the best kind of alt, as most people call it. It's just kind of the best one. Gives you movement speed, damage resistance, and immunity to all status effects, which is pretty much just the best you can go. Now back to the gear. With this tactical authority, once you get 4 pieces of this gear set, you don't really need to focus that much on electronics. Actually, you can see with my gear, I put in the stamina here. This one's firearms, also this one's all 3, and then this one's also some stamina. The reason why I have it set up like this is because the skill power caps out at around 34,000, meaning your skills won't go higher than that recent ability. So by getting these, you can re-roll it for higher firearms or higher stamina to become more of a tank or more of a DPS character, depending on your playstyle at that point. But if you keep it like this, as you can see if you read this, every 60,000 damage as your team, which seems like a lot, but once you're actually in the game playing, it really happens a lot, and you'll add a lot of your tactician's authority talent on top of each other, so it's really not that big of a deal. So whenever y'all are just playing, you'll see it just stacks up really high, and you'll hit about 100% a lot. So you don't really need to worry about not having enough of this talent, because it'll stay at least 75% or more most of the time, unless there's a break within the waves. So as you can see, I'm going to show you really quick. If you do a good amount of damage here, it should start to rise it as a group. I think it glitched out, so we're going to have to swap the gear sets out. It seems to fix it. If you have problems with it, just swap them out and then put them back on, and it should work. If it doesn't, then I'll explain it the best I can if it doesn't want to work. Alright, there you go, it's working at the bottom. As you can see down there at the bottom, you have that little banner, which is a flag. Pretty much it's indicating that you're getting the talent activated now. So by doing this, you're increasing your skill power. And the reason why I would say run more firearms or stamina on these gear pieces is mainly for the fact of, by doing this as a group, you're automatically raising your skill power to the point to where you don't need a straight electronics build. You can work on other attributes to help the team out. Now, we're only about 75% in, but I'm going to show you right now. We have 59,000 skill power as it's starting to drop from every second. But that is a crazy amount of skill power. That over exceeds the gap and just the effectiveness of all skills. So in other words, what I'm mainly trying to get the point across is, once you get 4 pieces, try to put anything you can towards DPS or stamina, because it'll truly help you out the most. As you can see on this one, I put it towards here. for this, because this is the Incursion one that I run. This is more of the Dark Zone one because of the increased XP that I have, but as you can see right here, that's why I have it set up for DPS and stamina more than just electronics, because with this talent and trait that you get from these these four pieces of gear, you kind of just exceed that skill power gap to where it's kind of obsolete at that point. So I tried to explain it the best I could. If you need any more explanations on how this works, just leave a question in the comment section below and I will try to get to it as fast as I can and try to explain it as clearly as I can if I didn't already in this video. But if you did enjoy and you do like this build, and if you are using it currently, tell me how it works for you, because I'd like to see how you guys are doing with it and how you would recommend to change it, because so far it's been working for me pretty well. It's been keeping the team up and we've been getting through the incursions pretty easily. On hard, challenging not so much, but we're going to try to get around to that at some point. But this brings us to the end of the video. If you did enjoy, do hit that like button and subscribe for more content of the Division. And we're going to be trying to get some Doom whenever it comes out, but right now we're just going to mainly focus on Division. And it's been Acidic, and I'm out. Peace.